Sometimes you need to know when to Pokemon go, go, go! Actually, no you don't. That's really stupid. Pretend I didn't say that. Anyway, let's look at this weird Pokemon figure set. Here's a nice, silly Pokemon figure set that's actually able to find locally. Thanks to the Great Canadian Dollar Store! Now, these probably wouldn't be worth $10 to most people, but with the doofy colors of some of these figurines, I was happy enough to pay that for them. As it is the trend for a lot of bootleg Pokemon junk these days, they slap the Go logo on here, despite Go having nothing to do with this. Well, except for Ash and Dawn being on here, I mean, they are the most Pokemon Go thing ever. You know, that Dawn and her quite oddly formed team of mostly just base starter Pokemon, and then the legendary Yveltal. She always used that legendary Pokemon that didn't exist yet at the time of the game she was in. Oh, and Ash has a Xerneas. Yeah, dream on, Ash. You're never gonna catch a legendary, you loser. I like the little lines coming from their fists to these Pokeballs. I guess that's supposed to look like they're throwing them, but it just looks like they tied a string to them. And I suppose the weird blue one is supposed to be a Great Ball? We got a picture of 4 random Pokemon figurines, 2 of which are actually in this set, including the weird green Electabuzz. Look at him in all his green splendor. You're so silly. Aw, and my Dragonite fell over. Way to go, Dragonite. A lot of the packages of these had the Pokemon just kind of scattered around inside the bubble because they're not held in very well. We got the classic knockoff nonsense on here, New Arrival! It'll be new forever! You know, I just really want to see one of these put Old Arrival on it. I mean, come on, people will see that and be like, ooh, it's vintage, it must be worth more! Fish in his Keldo, Pokemon Go! Nope. We got the Kanto Starters with Pikachu and then Pachirichu or Squirrel Pikachu, whatever, staring off with envy, wishing it could stick with the group. We'll catch the machine to hurl and catch the Pixie. Yeah, I feel you there, man. On the back of the card, we've got a lot of the same. Once again, we're reminded that these are forever young and that we gotta collect them all, PK. What?
Pika Thunder!
We got the X and Y legendaries again, just hanging out on the sidelines this time. And Delusional Ash thinking he's gonna have a Mega Mewtwo with him. Yeah, maybe your counterpart Red will have that with him, but you never will. Then we have some Pokemon Go Balls, some of which kind of being off-colored, like the Master Ball. Made in China? No! And apparently these were actually imported specifically for the Great Canadian Dollar Store, so that's nice. Man, if you look really closely at the Ash they have on here, you can see the pixelation in him. I guess Dawn was made of sterner stuff. So here's our lineup of bootleg Emon, with some of them looking kinda normal and others looking quite off. The Venusaur doesn't look too bad for a small little figurine like this. Pikachu is clearly based on earlier design Pikachu, so he's a bit chubbier, and he has a really bizarre looking tail when you pay attention to how that's coming out of his butt. Here's the first off-colored one, which isn't as bad as some of the others, but we got a Pikachu-colored Raichu, because who cares about Raichu, right? Let's just color it like Pikachu. And the way it has these little curls in its ears kind of makes it look like it's wearing earrings. Also, it's got blood on its mouth, so that's terrifying. Here's the semi-doofy-eyed blue Eevee that you never knew you wanted, with its kind of weird pink blob just going up from its butt into the back of its head. I'm afraid I just blew myself. Dragonite doesn't look too terrible, but it also kind of looks like it just got out of bed. And it's got nothing going on the back. What? Squirtle looks slightly pissed, but it's not too bad. Maybe he's angry because he's got a hole in his crotch, but they did at least paint his shell. And here's the ketchup-hating green Electabuzz, though I bet this one likes at least green ketchup. What a weirdo. But at least Stone Cold Green Electabuzz could do the stunner. Oh no! Oh, Muse out! green Electabuzz! Anyway, yeah, there's a green Mew too. Not Mewtwo, I just mean Mew also. Good joke. Everyone would be way more into shiny Mew if it was green.
Mew.
Or if it was orange, because yeah, we got double the weird colored Mews in this set. Kinda missed the slot for the eye a little there, guys. This one's marked China on the back because they definitely want the credit for this one. Orange Mew is clearly based on the earlier design of Mew, so it's kind of funny to see that packaged with something that looks more like how we would expect Mew to look. And here's my favorite, of course, Blue Meowth.
I blew myself, that's right.
I guess since there's purple Alolan Meowth, that this is sorta, kinda there, but not really. And the back of Meowth is blue, 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 but he's got some black paint smudge on the back of his ear. And here's the couple of Pokemon Go balls that came with the set in normal Pokeball and green variety. These just kind of snap open and shut, so they are not the type of Pokeball that they showed on the card that could actually catch the Pokemon. I mean, we can certainly stick them in it and shut it, but these aren't gonna catch them. Alright, I'm gonna catch a Mew! Sorry, Mew. The balls shown on the card are more like the ones that came with those Pokemon Star Wars Transformers, guys. See if we can catch some Mew in this. Threw Mew in because that's probably one of the few that could actually fit in one of these. Alright, let's try green Electabuzz. This will probably fail horribly. He just went flying. You get in there, Pikachu.
Pika, no!
Alright, let's see if we can do it the way we should. Go, go, go! Alright, now let's catch the Pokeball inside the Pokeball! Yeah! Oh no, what have I done? Though, to be fair, you do get Pokeballs inside Pokeballs as items, right? So maybe that's how that works when you find an item and it's a Pokeball. Like, hey, what's inside this Pokeball? Oh, it's a Pokeball! That's insane! Why'd they stick a Pokeball inside a Pokeball? And why do I always throw away the Pokeballs that the items are in? Whatever. Well, there's a few of these that look pretty okay, but that's not why I bought this. I bought it for the silly colored ones. It's interesting how some mold details are off, like Pikachu's tail, and Pikachu colored Raichu almost looks like a clown. It's like a Raichu, a Mr. Mime, and a Pikachu got into a teleporter accident. Also, some paint details are quite sloppy, and I don't know how they arrived at which Pokemon to try and make look correct, and which to go in the opposite direction on. 5. I somehow doubt that the seemingly random plastic colors chosen for some of the Pokemon was a creative decision and not just what they had around. 2. I do really love when they do stupid colors for Pokemon figures like these, and how they weren't even consistent for what color Mew was within the same set. And I don't know what was going on with some of the parts on some of the molds. 8. The bubble on the card is just taped on, and partly held on by some tabs coming through slots on the back, again taped. So yeah, it was pretty loose, which is why so many of these had the figurines dumped all throughout the bubble. The other set of these I seen did have the Charizard and Jigglypuff that are on the card in it, but it had less off Pokemon in it compared to the one I got. Blue Abra was its best, but that doesn't compare to Blue Meowth. The card itself has some funny bits to it, but it isn't too ridiculous. It just uses whatever Pokemon assets they could slap on there and made sure to include Go, which is really just an indicator that it's fake. 6. For non-articulated little figurines, these work fine for the most part, but the main reason to get one of these sets is for the super silly shinies. 6. And the bootleg zones overall is 7! It's funny how just casting something in the wrong color can make it that much more of an interesting knockoff, but that's all it took to raise the appeal of this set to me.
What the? Sharphead Joe spinning around like an idiot!
So, Slimer, our eyes have met. You want to challenge Sharphand Joe to a Pokemon battle?
No!
Too bad. Sharphand Joe's a Pokemon master with his giant, oversized Pokeballs.
I have a green one, 'cause I'm Slimer!
Oh, good one. I choose you, Pikachu.
Okay then, I choose Raichu!
Raichu? Oh, no one cares about Raichu. You're not doing this right, Slimer.
I know Raichu's pretty cool!
And that's not what you have. You have a weird Pikachu-colored Raichu. It's not right. Do it right.
That's cheating!
Squirtle, get vengeance on all of my enemies.
Okay then, I choose Venusaur!
What overpowered piece of crap! This battle sucks! You've done it now, Slimer. I'm choosing my own overpowered piece of crap. Dragonite, go!
Okay then, I choose Electabuzz!
Why is that Electabuzz green?
Because I'm Slimer!
Ugh. Dragonite, use Dragon Pulse.
Electabuzz, use the stunner!
What? What? This is the worst Pokemon battle of all time! That's it! Go, Mew! That's right, Slimer. You've made me use my ultimate Pokemon, my shiny orange Mew. You have no idea how much cheating I had to do to catch this. There's no way you have anything to counter this, except for another Mew, but that's highly unlikely.
Go, Mew!
A green Mew.
Because I'm Slimer!
Yes, because you're Slimer, I get it. That's it. Mew, use Explosion.
Oh my god!
So what do you think of that Pokemon battle there, Blue Eevee?
Well, I tell you, Blue Meowth, there was one good thing to it.
And what's that?
It ended!
That's right!
Oh, we just exploded here, guys. That's really rude.
Yeah, really, have some sympathy, wouldn't you?
What? There ain't no better Pokemon master of all time than Stone Cold Steve Austin, cause Stone Cold Electabuzz said so. What?